Well, hello everybody. I'm Ben Muzzy with Spirit of 76 Fireworks, and what you're looking at to my right is a fireworks show that's about to happen. Now, we've all been there, right? We've done good. People know us as the fireworks guy, the fireworks gal. You're the one that brings the party. Eventually, it's tough because you kind of plateau. Not because you can't do better, but you just need a little bit of help. Welcome to the Spirit of 76 Do-It-Yourself shows. What we're looking at here is all the pieces that we're gonna need to put together a non-stop 9-minute choreographed show. That's right, I'll say it again a little bit more slowly. 9 minutes long, choreographed fireworks display. If you want to show folks how good you are with fireworks, how great the show can be, these do-it-yourself kits are the way to go. Instructions included. Let us do the firework for you. That's right, fireworks. We lean heavily on our assorted cases so that you can get the variety in your show. And the ones we picked out here are a lot of our brands. You've got two fantastic pieces from Taco. The Taco Ultimate Finale set, which is 4 different 500-gram cakes. Knights of the Apocalypse, also 4 different 500-gram cakes. Mount Rushmore, which is coming from the Sky Bacon brand, as well as Pirates Cove Sky Bacon brand. 4 different cakes, all 500 grams, and just a lovely finale that's coming from Cowboy brand fireworks. These two bad boys are going to be the ones that are going to anchor our show and finish out our display. We've also got fuses. These are absolutely necessary because, as you'll see in the instructions, we're going to measure these to length so that these products will go off, and what you'll have once you get done setting this up is 9 minutes of no dark sky, a fireworks show that's choreographed without all the work involved other than the setup to impress the people that are there at your crowd. To connect your fuse and the fuse off the product, we have Fuse Connects. For those of you that are familiar with the Ignite firing systems and you don't love fuses, you don't love Fuse Connects, or you just want to show everybody off that you've got some fireworks tech, by all means. This is also set up to be 18 Qs, so you can use your Ignite 18 Q system for this, and we do have the fireworks show builder code for you available as well. I think that's enough talking. Let's get out there and build this. All right, now we're out in the field. We're gonna get ready to set up our do-it-yourself show. Before I get started on anything, kind of the measure twice, cut once method, make sure you've got all your stuff. Something I didn't mention earlier is that when you receive this product, when you order this, this is how it's gonna come on the pallet. You're gonna see these individual cases. There's nothing that's gonna say, this is AT351 piece A, this is AT351 piece 2. You're gonna need to look to pay attention to that. The good part is, this little box is going to come and it's going to have the directions, it's going to have the fuse, and it's going to have the fuse connects necessary. So, important box to find because the contents of the show are listed on your directions. Other items that are not included that you're going to need to have with you, something to stabilize your fireworks. A lot of different ways to skin this cat. The most important thing is to make sure that your cakes, your products are secure. And if they get to shooting, they're not going to bump, they're not going to move, they're only going to do what they're supposed to do and create that great show. Today we're going to use rebar, and we're just going to pound it into the ground, and we're going to wrap the cake around it with some duct tape. You could also use liquid nails on plywood. It's your choice. Just make sure you put those cakes in a position where they're stable. You're also going to need measuring tape because you're on your instructions. You're told how much fuse distance between the different pieces as you lay them out. I always bring a box cutter. Never know when you're going to need one. Sharpie marker, same situation. I'll use this to mark the fuse. I've got everything I need to go. Now we can start setting up, except, that's right, you were testing me, I appreciate that. Safety glasses. No matter what you're doing, protect those eyes, folks. You only get 2 of them, you don't get to borrow somebody else's, so bring your eyewear as well as all the other necessary products to set up. And if you choose, ear protection is not a bad idea either. I usually don't go that route, so you can't hear very well out of this here. So, you're getting ready to measure our fuse. There are specific directions for that, so find the directions associated with your show, and you'll flip to the page where it begins. There's your audience, so you know 1 going backwards. That's the distance that we want between the beginning of the fuse and the first cake. 27 inches is the distance between fuse 1 and fuse 2, 28 inches, and so on. This will continue all the way through for the entirety of the show. So, now I've got my fuse open. I know what my first measurement is. Second measurement, look for 27 inches. Of course, you're measuring from the first mark now. Take your time. Make sure you measure properly. The fuse burns at a specific pace. These cakes have a specific duration. And we don't want any dark sky. So if you can get your measurements right, you will have a continuous show with an absolutely fantastic finale. And you can do what you want about sharing this information with your friends. I believe that knowledge is power, but if you want them to think that you're the fireworks mastermind, I'm not going to come in and tell them that we put the show together for you with instructions. As you can see, the directions don't just have the duration, but products in the order they're going to be laid out. If your show kit indicates that it has multiple burn rates of fuse, be sure to pay attention that you're using the right speed fuse, the right color fuse for the segment that you're measuring for. Coming to the end of my roll of fuse, and I have another measurement to make here. See how much I've got remaining? You may have to do a little bit of math because we need to get a total of 33 inches, and I'm sitting at 24 1/4. You can always figure out where the beginning of your first fuse is by going back to that measurement as well. If you remember, the first measurement that we had to make on our first fuse was 6 inches. On to our last page. I'm having fun. How about you? Sometimes when customers want to create their own displays, encourage that. That's a great idea. I think that's an absolutely perfect way to go about it. They can utilize this as a template. This can give them an idea of how they can create their own fantastic display. I'm a fan of selling what I have on the shelf, and as long as the customer wants to buy it, I am agreeable to that. That is our last measurement. Now we're ready to lay them out. That's page 1, so you know what your first product is. Okay, so our fuse is measured. Just set that off to the side. Make sure, of course, that you know which is your starting fuse. This show starts off with a 6-inch measurement, so I can always figure that out. Save yourself the trouble. Lay your fuse so that you have the front at the front, going back. If you do end up using the Ignite firing system, when you put in the code, it's going to tell you what to land on Q1, Q2, Q3, very similar to this progression. Something that I did to help myself out and just kind of help expedite things is I did label the cakes. So I know which one is number 1, which one is number 2. I'm a big fan of many hands make light work. So if you've got other people that can help you set up, then you don't have to be concerned. There's my number 1. So if I have somebody else help me out, one of my kiddos wants to help, this is a fantastic, safe portion of the show. They can do so. Just make sure whoever's coming out has got the proper protection. I laid the cases out in order as well so that I'm going from case 1 to the next case. And as I mentioned, I labeled the products so I know which one is going up next. I absolutely love this product. This one came out new for 2025, and it was one of the better selling cakes. Good label, great performance. Taco brand is going to take over the fireworks world. Perfect accompaniment to Sky Bacon products. As you're working with your products, do be sure to pay attention for any directions. Face this side towards your audience. It's one of those things where it can impact it a little bit. Let's go for as close to perfect as we can get here. Just pay attention. Same as your face towards the crowd, you've got ones that are left and one that is right. So you want to make sure that you set those up facing the appropriate direction so you get the desired result. So I've got everything laid out. I'm about to uncover the fuses. Something that you don't want to forget about when you're setting the show up, hydration. You need to stay hydrated. It's summer, it's hot. Don't forget to take your water breaks so that you can be around to enjoy the show towards the end of the night. It's a lot of time between this, sunset, and pyro. So stay on top of your hydration. Okay, so we've got our fireworks laid out. I'm gonna start to uncover the fuses here, get things ready. Something I didn't mention is, pay attention. When you're laying this out, you have to have your audience at a safe distance. You need to be aware of your surroundings. You don't want any overhanging trees, any overhanging wires, sprinkler heads, anything that could disrupt the show. So pay attention, be aware of what's there so that you can avoid any potential issues. Hamlet, what are you doing here? Came for the show? You're early, buddy. Nice. Got your products out here, did you notice? Yeah, and your buddy Taco. He's coming eventually, don't worry. Yeah. Let's get the fuses on the cakes ready. Need to expose these so we can connect them. we've got our cakes laid out. We've got all our fuses exposed, so now we're gonna go through. I call this the trunk fuse, just for simplicity, and then the branch fuse, the fuse that comes off the product. My first mark. Fuse connects is how we're gonna connect them. This comes as part of the kit, so you'll get more than enough fuse connects to connect your show. There's our measurement that we marked. We'll land that right there in the middle. And got our fuse from the product, lay it across that. You can do it. Most of the shows are going to call for 2 fuses, which means, of course, you need to connect the fuses. So you can use your fuse connects for this purpose, the same as you can for connecting to the products. You do want to get it towards the end, because this, remember, when I measured, I made the measurement from there to this point, including the end of the fuse. So you don't want to have it connect like right there. You're going to eat up some of your burn time. So bring it as close as you can to the end of your fuse. As you can see there, sometimes these work against us, but that's all right. If you don't like using the fuse connects, that's perfectly understandable. Duct tape will serve a really good purpose for this as well, securing our fuse together. So make sure your fuse is touching on the inside of your tape, and you can just wrap it around. So we're coming up on our finale. This is our last connection point that we marked. So the finale is 2 cakes, and there is 1 connection point. So that means these fuses are going to need to land in the same spot so we can have simultaneous performance for this product. So I'm going to do a little combo here. Use both pyro connects, fuse connects rather, and some duct tape. Doesn't matter if it looks pretty. What matters is this fuse is touching both of these fuses. That's the most important thing. The finale is ready to go. So we have laid everything out. We have now connected our fuses. We are good to go. Next come the part where we're going to secure it. I'm going to be using just some pieces of rebar and some duct tape. So just very simply, put your rebar by your product. And don't get cheap. Go around a few times. Right here, brother. Oh no! Let's get you up. Well, our show is laid out, it is fused up, and it is secured. We've got a little bit of time between now and when we're going to put this up in the air. So something that you want to remember is if you're worried about precipitation or you think that there might be dew setting in before you shoot, nothing wrong with tarping this or putting carpet plastic over it to keep it from getting wet. It'll be just fine, but that's not a bad thing to do. And then also remember, you've got a fireworks show fused up here. So be cognizant of who's coming around it. Make sure that nobody's trying to mess with it. We don't want to have anybody walk out here and light the show when the crowd's not in place to watch. So just remember, safety is a key element for a fantastic show. We're about to have one. I'd love to hear your comments. If you have questions, if you're wondering about something, or if you have something to tell us, please put those in the comment section below. And well, we've got a show ready to go. Let's go light this thing off. Come on. Where do you need me? This is the box that everything came in, right? Okay, great. Disagree with Kendra. Striker.
Kind of a crotch shot.
You want me on one knee, off to the side? Hey, Key Grip! Where'd he go? Can you ask Chris to get another thing of duct tape?